I have a boil in my buttocks, and please make it go away, it hurts really bad. They may be praying like that, or I have a stomach ache, or please give me a wife or a husband, or maybe somebody's praying to do book distribution. There's so many conceptions. So we have Krishna Katha. And these two things shouldn't be separated. They should go together. But Krishna Katha is a little more advanced. And therefore, Chodike Mahanta Meli Koreye Kirtana Keli. All the different Mahants can come together for Krishna Katha. But even in our Iskcon society, if we start speaking, they can come together for Kirtan. But if we start speaking Krishna Katha, even in our society, it's a little more high-tech, a little more individual. Prabhu, you want to say something?
I don't want to interrupt your train of thought. You prefer I keep my comments till
it's easier for me, but I'm always happy to hear you. Prabhu.
Okay, 2 points, please. Thank you. One point being, you mentioned that there's more worship of the Shishigornitai in Orissa than there is in West Bengal. But then I was thinking, but what about Bangladesh? But then I'm thinking, but then you've got all those Muslims there who may take offense at the worship. So that was one question, because you mentioned West Bengal, not including Bangladesh.
Yeah, Bangladesh, the worship of Gornitai, maybe historically before too, there was more worship of Gornitai in West Bengal at some time, I don't know. But it's become communistic and a lot of atheistic. And Bangladesh, they just killed all the Vaishnavas, more or less. Not all of them, but they did a lot of that.
You have to keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
So we can't really say clearly how much worship of Gornitai is going on there.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult. Second question is, so we hear this term kirtan. It's become a buzzword. It's everywhere. It's in so many yoga studios. So I'm just wondering, there are some popular people who are called kirtan singers or kirtaniers, and they'll sing Jai Jagadambe along with Ganesh Sharanam and little Ram 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 Ram, little Hare Krishna mixed in, and so I'm wondering, is that a kirtan? Do you call that a kirtan, or is that namabhasa, or is?
I would compare that to love. What is love? So some people say, I love you, baby. and they say it in a very lusty, nasty kind of way. And some people say that's love. By some definition, that's love, but not by a very high-class definition. So in some definition, it may be called kirtan. They're doing some congregational chanting, but not by the definition that we have, not by a high-class definition, because kirtan is an activity of the heart. And Krishna describes in the Gita, we should be one-pointed in our devotion, not so many different types of things, so much kitchery that we're doing, trying to please everyone and getting nothing.
I read in one place, Prabhupada said, the Kali Kirtan, this Kirtan, he said, Prabhupada said, Kirtan means Vishnu, Kirtan means Krishna. It seems that it's not, Kirtan is not synonymous with worshipping the demigods who are worshipping Krishna.
Yeah.
What would you call that if people are chanting demigods' names?
Technically, you could call it some kind of kirtan, but we wouldn't consider that.
Not according to Vaishnava conception.
It's not our. So, one. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, then he told Maharaj Prataparudra, Avatari Chaitanya Kaila Dharma Prachara, Kali Kali Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtan. That in this age of Kali Kali Dharma, Krishna Nama Sankirtan. The Yuga Dharma is Krishna Nama Sankirtan, not Kali Sankirtan or Ram Sankirtan, but Krishna Nama Sankirtan. And it's for this purpose that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, Dharma Pracharan. And this word prachar is also a very interesting word. It's very difficult to translate all the Gaudiya conceptions into English. In fact, Srila Prabhupada writes in one purport, he says, a day will come, he writes in his translation, this is his translation of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says, a day will come when people learn Bengali to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now, why does he have to say that? He's writing it in English. because there's something more in the Bengali. There's a lot of sweetness, and there's many words which are very difficult to translate, and one such word is prachar. Generally we say preaching, but if you look in the English dictionary, preaching has a number of different meanings, one of which is something very negative. It means to be pushy, try to shove something on somebody. Whereas the word prachar means to expand something. It means to glorify. It's more of a happy, joyous, sharing kind of feeling than our Judeo-Christian conception that we have in the West. And we just adopted that word. But I think sometimes along with that word, some of the Western devotees in the West, they also had their Christian kind of prachar, Christian kind of preaching. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, then he says that Sankirtana Yagya Tanre Kore Aradhana. Anyone who worships, who does this Sankirtan Yagya, who does this Aradhana, Seta Sumeda Ar, Kalihatta Jan. That person, he's Sumeda. He's an intelligent person. But Ar, someone who doesn't do that, Kalihatta Jan. That person is a victim of Kali Yuga, and he has no good brain. Prabhupada writes in his purport, rascals propose that anyone can invent his own religious process, and this proposition is condemned herein. If one actually wants to become religious, he must take up the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The real meaning of religion is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3, 19-22. So Prabhupada's saying here is something very important, which also addresses the point you were making, that we can't just make something up. But in this age, Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. There's no question of Kali Kirtan, or Ganesh Kirtan, or Shiva Kirtan, or this or that. That's all speculation. By some definition, it's Kirtan, but it's not proper Kirtan. And someone who's doing that here, Chaitanya Charitamrita says they're Kali Hatta Jana. They have no brain. And they're a victim of the age of Kali. Because of Bhagavatam, Prabhupada cites this verse, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That real Dharma is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Navai vidu rishayu napi devaha. It's not given by the rishis or by any demigods. Nasida mukya asura manushaha. It's not given by any perfected persons, by any demons, by any human beings, by any Vijayadharas. And it said in Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, Kumara Kapilo Manu Pralado Janako Bhishma Balir Vayasakir Vayam Dvadasate Vegamayo Dharmam Bhagavatam Bata Guyam Vishudam Durbodam Yam Gyarapritam Ashnute. It's given by these different Mahajans, by Lord Shiva, by Narad Muni, by Swayambhu Manu, by Kapila, by Prahlad Maharaj, Janaka Maharaj. These personalities are the persons who are the givers of religion. So in other words, it's given both by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it's given by the devotee. Prabhupada continues, therefore in this age of Kali, as recommended here in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kali Kali Dharme, Hari Krishna Nama Sankirtan. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna is a method of religion approved by all the Vedic scriptures. So, we should understand something about this. Some people, it's a common thing. I've been living in India since 1993. About 26 years now. And there's many people who have the conception, they say, no, you're chanting the Mahamantra wrong. And it begins, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. They say like this. And they give different reasons for this. Their main two reasons that they give, they say that because Treta Yuga comes before Dwapara Yuga. And in Treta Yuga, Lord Ramachandra appeared. And in Dwapara Yuga, Krishna appeared. So they say for this reason, the mantra properly begins at Hare Rama and then Hare Krishna. Another argument that they give is that there are some books, some literatures published in Sanskrit, which give the Mahamantra in this way, with Hari Ram first. The Kali Santara Upanishad, for example, published by the Venkatesh Press in Mumbai, gives the Hari Ram first before Hari Krishna.
What's the name of that book?
The Kali Santara Upanishad, which gives the Hari Krishna mantra. The Venkatesh Press edition in Mumbai gives Hari Ram before Hari Krishna. So some people say, you see, this is evidence. But if we consider it, these arguments are both illogical and incorrect. The earlier publications, I spoke to some Sanskrit scholars, one professor of Sanskrit and Odia literature in the Utkal University many years ago, who researched this very extensively, looking at old manuscripts. And he said, when you look at the oldest manuscripts, it has Hari Krishna first, not Hari Ram. In the earlier publications of Kali Santara Upanishad by Venkateshwar Press, Mumbai, the same press, they give Hari Krishna before Hari Ram. The same press.
So some speculations.
Yeah, it's a kind of speculation. The people who are saying this, they don't really have very good evidence. And as far as the idea that Treta Yuga comes before Dwapara Yuga, and therefore we have Ram first before Krishna, that's also doesn't affect the Mahamantra, because the Mahamantra is eternal. The Mahamantra is beyond all yugas and all times. And moreover, a third point is, their conception then is that Ram in the Mahamantra means Lord Ramachandra, which is not what our acharyas say at all either. So if we consider, there's one literature called the Ananta Samhita, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes in Krishna Samhita. And he says that in the Ananta Samhita describes there are different mantras for different ages. And in every age, Nam Sankirtan is performed. The Bhagavatam describes that in Satya Yuga, the rishis weren't very enamored by it. They were more attracted by meditation. They thought that was more high class. And in Treta Yuga, they thought, oh, if you can bend your fingers and worship some fire and do some yajna,